At 6 o'clock, so what does that mean? It's time for Collectors Confessions Live. Each week we come on here at 6 o'clock on Thursday. Unfortunately, last week we got caught up in a charity event and we couldn't make it. But here on the 4th of July, we are here together celebrating the 4th of July. What better way to celebrate the 4th of July than with comic books? As promised, wearing the new Scotty Young Thing hat. Check out products. We have a bunch of different products that we sell. Some fun t-shirts involving comic books, some fun hats, some collector's confession stuff. So just check out our store here. Buy some stuff. So each week we go over the comic books that we bought for the week. And then at the end, you can guess how much money we spent. Let's get rid of the bag. Here is the pile. There's the receipt. Fell on the floor. That helps to guess. So we're going to go through what comics we bought. And I bought some other stuff this week too that we can go through. If you have something you want to chat about, pop it in the chat, make a comment. If you're not watching this live, leave a comment. Tuesday we went live with an interview with Franco. Check that out. This coming weekend, we have a special episode where I found a box of comics in the attic and me and Brian go through it. Hopefully you enjoy that. So let's get started. Absolute Power kicks off at DC. This is issue number 1, being written by Mark Waid, art by Dan Mora. What this is doing, it's combining a lot of the storylines that have been going on in the DC universe, including Batman's battle with Zor-El-Ar, where they made the Zor-El-Ar robot, and Superman's battle with Brainiac. Brainiac made a queen. So all of this is going to come together with Amanda Waller and what's been going on in Suicide Squad. And this is going to be a big summer crossover. Marvel's been doing their Blood Hunt crossover. DC is doing Absolute Power. The first crossover is Batman 150. That's right. Batman 150 is the first crossover of Absolute Power. It's going to go through a bunch of different comic books. Here's the tie-ins for the month. So if you're going to be following this, keep this in mind. Take a screenshot of this right now so you know what comics to order each week. This is by Chip Zdarsky. We've been trying to get him on the show. Haven't heard back from him yet. Outside of Absolute Power, Justice Society of America continues. I really like this series. I love this series that a throwback to an older time in comic books. I'm a big fan of the Justice Society and what they did with Stargirl and how that led into this. This is being written by Jeff Johns, one of my favorites. Michael Janin is doing the art. This is a good read if you are a fan of the old comic books from DC. Shazam 13, Josie Campbell, Mike Norton. This is looking at Billy Batson and Shazam are separated, and Shazam is trying to protect him. It's not going so well. Good series. Been reading this. I'm actually caught up. One of my favorite series right now at DC has to be Kneel Before Zod. It's Zod's trying to take power of himself again, basically. Joe Cassie's writing it. Dan McDade is the art. This series has been fantastic. I really like this cover too this month. It's got a definitely Superman 2 feel to it, in my opinion. Check it out. My Adventures as Superman is the story from the actual show on Cartoon Network. It continues that story. If you're watching that, you should be reading this. It's been pretty good. Josie Campbell, who's doing Shazam, is also writing this. We should have Josie Campbell on. Their Black Label, which is more adult themed, is Boy Wonder. This is issue number 3, Junie Ba. I'm so glad that they shrunk this down to comic book size and aren't doing the larger ones. I hate those because I can't fit them in my comic boxes or in my file cabinets. Coming soon, we have an episode where we talk about the best way to store your comics, so don't miss that. That will probably be up sometime in 2 weeks. That's my DC pile. There you go. DC for the week was a little bit light. Local Man Images comic continues. This is issue number 11. I love that they have a back and front cover. Tim Seeley is writing. Friend of the show, Tony Fleeks. Check out his interview if you haven't done so already. is doing the art. This comic looks at how a superhero deals with being a regular person. So definitely worth buying. Remember, we do this every week at 6 o'clock Thursdays. Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're watching this where it's not live, come check us out live. We have some fun in here. Now let's look at what we bought from Marvel this week. As I said earlier, Blood Hunt continues. Here's the first tie-in, Black Panther Blood Hunt number 3. Black Panther's been abducted by who's leading the Blood Hunt, which is Blade, if you haven't read that already. Spoiler, sorry. He's being held by him because Blade is trying to get into the other realms, the spirit realm, and take over everything. Blood Hunters 3, obviously another Blood Hunt tie-in. This is a team that's trying to kill the vampires, and Doctor Doom is helping them now. We'll see how this goes. Another Blood Hunt tie-in, Doctor Strange 17. Doctor Strange was turned into a vampire by Blade, but his astral spirit is out there trying to help the hero survive the Blood Hunt. Blood Hunt X-Men Psylocke. This is a one-shot. Each week for the next couple of weeks, they're doing a X-Men tie-in. Last week was Magic. This week is Psylocke. It's how the whole vampire epidemic is impacting the X-Men. Werewolf by Night, number 1. This is a Blood Hunt tie-in. I'm really looking forward to this one. I absolutely love when vampires and werewolves fight. This past week, I actually rewatched an episode of Tales from the Crypt in which it was called The Secret, and a couple who are vampires adopt a kid from an orphanage with the intention on eating him. Turns out that the kid is a werewolf and he takes control of the situation. One of my all-time favorite episodes of Tales from the Crypt. Actually, it's funny, every night when I go to bed, I turn on an episode of Tales from the Crypt. I still can't believe how many episodes there actually are. Let's keep going. Miles Morales Spider-Man, number 22. This is also a Blood Hunt tie-in. Miles Morales has been turned into a vampire, but he was able to knock himself out of the vampire hunger by zapping himself with his powers. So he's actually helping heroes. I wonder if you can hear the fireworks going off in the background. It is the 4th of July, so there are a lot of fireworks going on right now. Finally, from Marvel, the only non-Blood Hunt tie-in is a reprint of Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. This is from 1984. It is printed exactly how it was in 1984 with the same advertisements. There's Dazzler. We know how big she's going to be soon. Keep an eye out for a short about all the Dazzler variant covers coming out at the beginning of August. That's coming soon. Dazzler's huge. Wonder why. I love these advertisements. Oh, so Mark Jeweler one. So does this make it a variant, or is this just a regular print? Because not every single issue had this. These were special variants, right? Also picked up, they stuck in my bag from the Ashton, but this is Marvel's free Spotlight. Spotlight on all Marvel stuff coming up. It's actually pretty cool. It has actual pages in it. I'm going to save these from now on. It looks at some new titles coming out, some new X-Men stuff coming out. I actually got 2 copies. And finally, Marvel must-haves. This is stuff I think that's coming out in the next couple of months. It gives you like a sneak preview of all the upcoming stuff. Nice Spider-Man, She-Hulk stuff. Actually, might be. I think no, this has to be new. Kid Venom is new. So keep an eye out for this stuff. Cool. So besides comics this week, I picked up I picked up a couple of other things. I picked up some figures. Marvel Knights. Luke Cage is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe. If you caught last week's episode, I listed my top 5 favorite Marvel characters. I'd love to hear you guys comment below your top 5 favorite Marvel characters. Next week's episode, we're going to look at my top 5 DC characters. So along with that, this was one purchase this week. There we go. That's one purchase. Second purchase this week I won one of the contests at McFarland. I don't know if everybody wins who enters, but you can't just buy these. You have to actually enter to win it. This is Psycho Pirate. It's a variant from the Crisis series. I thought this figure was awesome. So, honestly, I had to buy it. There's other Crisis figures coming out that mostly Flash. Flash was a big part of that. I really, really liked this. I thought this figure was phenomenal. Some of these McFarlane figures, and they're going to be doing Marvel soon. I am going to be friggin' poor. So in order to help me not be poor, please like, subscribe. You can give us a thank you gift. You can join us, become a member. You'll get to see special videos that no one else can see. I always appreciate that you guys join me each week in the live, or even if you're watching it after the fact. Really appreciate that everyone is here with me. This is one of my favorite parts of doing the channel, is connecting with other collectors and chatting with everyone. Comic plug, you should be getting your comic books early next week. It was a much bigger box than I thought it was going to be, so I had to actually find a box. But thank you for supporting us, and thanks everybody. Love what you collect. He's not here, it's just me. Collect what you love. We'll see you next week. Make sure you check out our video on Saturday. I got a full short box filled with comic books in my attic that I had no idea were there, and there were 27 keys in it at the end of it. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your 4th of July. Love America.